Recording in progress. Thank you all for hopping on, whether you are live or whether you are watching us later. This is being recorded. I am Janice Jakes, the owner of the Fitness Fest Conference and Expo. We are very excited to have Jeff Melis with Exercise Therapy Association on with us today. And just a little background of I met Jeff at his booth at Idea World last July in LA. We were in LA, weren't we, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah. They're in Sacramento this year. I don't know if you're going or not, but anyway, we met and we chatted, and you were kind of the talk of the town. My roommate, Elise, who she's the one who turned me on to you. Go, you gotta. She took your workshops. Oh, you gotta go see. You gotta go to the, you gotta get them to Fitness Fest. So I went and met you, and then Marie Maben also, and you'll see both of them at Fitness Fest, by the way. It's just I love the connections, and you can't get that unless you're in-person conferences, in my opinion. Like, you and I had a great conversation. We probably talked for 45 minutes at your booth, and I had to get to know you, and you had to figure out who is this crazy chick. So, I wanted to find out more about you, and then we talked later in September, and you decided to come on board because we want to make sure you're right fit, and you are such a right fit for Fitness Fest. So we're very excited that you and Brandon Fox are going to be speaking at Fitness Fest, and we'll say at the end of this 30-ish minutes, what you're going to be speaking on. So I'm going to just read a little bio about you, and then we'll just hop right into what you guys are all about. And we talked before we got on the show. It's like what's going on in your country, which is Canada, and in ours, which is the US, and how things are hopefully evolving and changing and for the better as far as things like exercise therapy. And because we need more than our, well, we'll talk about it in a second. Well, we need more than our doctor, who we may or may not be pleased with, and the drug pushing kind of thing. And then you'll tell us more about, we'll just talk about it for a second about Canada and how you have to wait for months, to get service. So Jeff Melis is the co-founder of Exercise Therapy Association. Jeff has been in the fitness industry for over 20 years and is passionate about coaching others to have the career of their dreams. And this, not just what's going on in our industry, but this for you trainers and instructors, this is a field and I don't want to call it a format, that is just so many opportunities that we'll talk more about that at the round table and our talk this morning. He is an international educator, has presented at several conferences and won multiple industry awards. Jeff has worked with some of the biggest players in the fitness industry and uses his expertise to help fitness professionals have the confidence to flourish in their careers. So Jeff, tell us more about you and about Exercise Therapy Association, and how about you are changing the world and helping trainers, instructors, and of course clients live better lives.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited to chat with you today and to all the people watching to get to know them. I love seeing people's faces on here, and I'm excited to be coming down to Fit Fest. We came down to the US last year for the first time, and we had just a ball. We just had a great time talking to everybody and meeting all the health and fitness professionals. And that's why we do what we do, is because we just love interacting with all the health and fitness professionals, and it's just such a great time, and the passion that they have for what they do is just outstanding.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to be coming down. So I'm one half of a two-part team here. Myself and our head of education, Brendan Fox, we started the Exercise Therapy Association back in 2016. So we've been doing this now for 8 years, and we started doing exercise therapy because we believed that there was a little bit of a gap between, what we were taught as personal trainers and fitness professionals and what clients needed from us. And so Brendan Fox and myself, we are kinesiologists, personal trainers. We are not physical therapists or physiotherapists. Um, and there was just a little gap in there between what we were doing and what the traditional personal trainer was doing. And then we felt like more people needed to have these skills, as you said, that the world is evolving and changing, and our skill set needs to stay with it. And so, I've played a lot of roles over the last 20 years in health and fitness, from a personal trainer myself, coaching groups. I've managed hundreds and hundreds of trainers and run facilities in Toronto. And at one given time, I had over 150 trainers under me in the Toronto area. And so that's where my background comes, is just helping people succeed in the industry. I've had a great career. I've loved every minute of it. And I love this industry. I'm just biased, but I feel like it's the best industry to be in, because we get to wear like comfy clothes and show up and help people and motivate them. And so I'm really biased, but I love it. I think it's the best industry. And so we're giving back, myself and Brendan, by helping move the industry forward, we feel, right? So personal training and fitness and all this, it's actually a very young industry if you think about it, right? So doctors have been around for hundreds, thousands of years, and lawyers have been around for hundreds and thousands of years, right? Those professions are very old. And this whole personal training thing kind of started like in the 1980s, maybe 1990s, right? It wasn't really a thing before that. And so, we're very, very young. And at the start of any industry, when it's so young, it's going to evolve a lot. And when I first started back in 2003, the industry was more about, getting strong, building muscle, or burning body fat. Those were kind of like the three things, or training athletes, right, to do those things. That's kind of where we started. But we have evolved, right? There are way more people are in gyms. Way more people are exercising, are understanding the need to exercise to take care of their bodies these days. And so our fitness professionals, our fitness instructors, our personal trainers, they need to evolve their skills along with the evolving population, right? And so what we do is, we're a continuing education company, and we provide upgraded skills to health and fitness professionals so that they can help get clients out of aches and pains, move better, live longer, and do the things that they love. So our big focus is pain-free and function. And so me and Brendan are really passionate about this particular area, and giving all health and fitness professionals the tools to use to help people better in this particular area.
Yeah, I want to say that I love what you're saying, and really here in Arizona, at least in the Phoenix market, like, and I was just I took a class today at EOS, and we were just talking about how the young people, like the high teens and the 20s, are really working out. Whether they're taking group fitness classes, or whether they're training on their own, or they have a trainer. And so that's very optimistic. I think that's because I think there was a gap where that wasn't really happening. So I find that the gyms are pretty busy. And but like you and I talked about before we hopped on, it's like the maybe the younger people are doing it because of the fun and it's the thing, and they want to look good in their Lulus. I don't know why, but I think whatever the reason, it's great, and hopefully they'll keep that forever, because you and I talked about like longevity. And so those youngsters, I call them youngsters because they are, for me, are on the right track, and hopefully will stay on the right track. But as we age, you and I talked about longevity, and I think that is I'm not even gonna call it a buzzword, because it's such an important word. We are living longer, and we want a quality of life. What does that mean? Is, getting off the floor easier, getting off the floor quicker, reaching, driving, reaction time, all that. And you can speak on that more than me, but so let's talk about, what exercise therapy like kind of means, and how you help clients, students, and instructors to allow more, quality of life and longevity for all ages, but
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, there's more and more people that are recognizing this longevity thing, but it's also, like you said, about quality of life at any age, right? At any age. When we think about, the clients that come into the gym, in maybe in the 1980s, if you looked around the gym floor, it would mostly be athletes, right, in the gym that were
Yeah.
training for a sport, or bodybuilders that were training for bodybuilding and things like that, right? But now the gym floor is packed with everybody, right? And it's not just the gyms, but it's the rec centers and the fitness classes and the Pilates studios and everything, because the entire population is understanding we need to exercise, right? Um, and so you have your traditional sort of methods of aches and pains, and we still need them, right? So we still need the doctors, we still need a doctor to go to when it's appropriate. And we still need our things like our physical therapists. Like if somebody is in a motor vehicle accident, they need to go see these specialists, and they need to get some help with the acute piece of it. Our philosophy is that exercise is one of the most powerful weapons we have to create change within people's bodies. People's bodies are really intelligent. They're more intelligent than we think they are. And people can actually do a great deal to heal themselves through exercise. And so we're really passionate about that. And our head coach, Brendan Fox, he worked at a medical clinic in Toronto. So he went from being a personal trainer in a big box gym, and then he was the head trainer at a medical clinic. And this is one of the most prestigious medical clinics in all of Canada, where it was a private healthcare facility. So people were flying in from all over, all different countries around the world. They were coming to see them at the medical clinic. And basically, it was their last stop. Like if they had tried everything else to get rid of their aches and pains or their challenges, and they were kind of fed up and frustrated, they would pay to come to this clinic, and they would see our head coach, Brendan. And he kind of, through this, he saw all types of injuries, and he found a way of helping people through exercise. Because he was a personal trainer and kinesiologist, he thought, well, we got to help these people through exercise. So exercise therapy was developed by personal trainers for other fitness professionals, right? And so it uses a hands-off approach, right? We're not massaging people or doing any of the things that the physical therapists do. We're using exercise in people's own body. But it's very unique to what is out there in the industry, which is why we're now teaching it around the world. So we're teaching in Europe and US and Canada, and we're going to be going to Africa and all kinds of different places. So the reason for that is because it's very unique. So Brendan developed a system of assessing for function. So what function means is, do people have the ability to use their body in the way it's meant to be used? Can they turn on and off the muscles? And if not, then there was something going on. And that system's assessment that he developed at the medical clinic alongside doctors, he tested it in over 30,000 hours of case studies, and it was proven
Wow.
reliable that it worked. It worked to find what's called the root cause, because a shoulder pain isn't always a shoulder pain, right? So sometimes people's shoulder hurt because something that's happening in the neck or the hips or even the feet, because the whole body's connected. And so his system of assessments that he developed, it takes the whole body into account and how all the parts function together, and it helps us get to the root cause. What actually is driving this problem in the first place? Once we find the root cause of the problem, we actually use exercise solutions to create change or shifts in the body, so we can restore function. And when we restore function, we decrease those aches and pains. Okay. And so that's a really important part of it, is that it's a specific recipe that he's created and he tested in the clinic. So it's not just general exercises, but it's a very specific recipe of exercises that, when done in this certain way, can help address the root cause of what people are dealing with. And so it's a very unique system that he's developed and that we're now teaching around the world to people. And the reason that it has taken off, because, we're just up here in little old Canada, and we were just teaching for the first couple of years around Canada, and word spread. people were saying, hey, this is really working, and people are getting out of aches and pains, and they're seeing the before and afters, and they're seeing the success. And so people started reaching out to us and asked to teach in other countries and other places.
Wow.
And the reason for it is exactly what you said, is that when you look at the gym floor, there's all kinds of people in there. There's young people, there's old people, there's non-athletes, there's office workers, there's moms and dads. And the reality of it is that the health and fitness professionals need to cater to that general population, that average person, because only very small percentages of the people in the gyms these days are now athletes, right? Or people that get paid to work out and recover, right? Most people don't have that kind of time. So they need something that works in a shorter period of time. And no matter who that person is in the gym, our opinion is that everybody wants to look great, look sexy and trim and look strong, but the number one thing that everybody's training for is just to live their life. They just want to live an amazing life, right? So whatever that looks like for them it could be with grandkids. For them, it could be hiking with their spouse. For them, it could be coaching their kids' soccer practice or whatever. Everybody's life's a little different, but that's what everybody wants to train for. They just want to have, like you said, a great quality of life at every age, whether they're 20 or 80. They want to have a good quality of life, and they want to be able to show up and do the things they love with the people they love. And they need to be pain-free, they need to move well, and they need to function in order to do that. And so we focus on teaching health and fitness professionals to have the skills to give people their lives back, so that they can, at every age, do the things they love with the people they love.
I just love it. I mean, I have goosebumps, energy surges, and I think you're preaching to the choir for people who are listening in or who are live, because the true instructor or trainer who got into this to help people, they know that it's all about individually customizing, if you're a trainer in particular, I'm going to call it a workout, but for that person, because they are all different at different levels. And that is what your philosophy is, and that is what your training is, and that is what you will train the trainer for. And I love that you exploded by word of mouth all over the world. Like, when you and I talked in California that summer, I'm like, whoa, we've got to have you at Fitness Fest. And people are, our fitness professionals and our fitness enthusiasts are going to be blown away by your talks. We'll talk about your talks in a second, what you're talking about at Fitness Fest. But what you said about root cause, I mean, that is what it's all about. And I don't know about anyone on the call, but I know that, and I've changed doctors primaries recently, but like my primary never looked at a root cause. And it's always, a quick fix or a drug. And I don't know, we talked a little bit about what it's like in Canada, but we have to go to other avenues and be smart ourselves. It's like, no, that's not the answer for me. I don't want this particular drug or whatever. I want to improve my lifestyle and my quality of life and my longevity by movement and by diet and by what I feel in my heart is sensible, not what a lot of the, a lot of the fitness of the healthcare professionals are pushing. And there's a lot of good ones out there too. And like I have found that our industry is going so much more in the holistic approach to life. So, mind, body, spirit, and all that good jazz. So I love that, it's true. It's the root cause. And I think your program, so you've got I know you're not doing the certification at Fitness Fest. And as a matter of fact, my roommate, Elise from Tucson, who introduced me to you at your booth, she took your certification in Tucson, Arizona. I think it was last fall. And everyone was, everyone's a buzz about it, in the Arizona area. So tell us about your certification, and if you've got one coming up after Fitness Fest. I hope so.
Yeah, we do. So we're going to be coming down to Fitness Fest to do a couple of sessions, and we're really just trying to show people what they're capable of in those sessions, right? So they're going to be shorter sessions, maybe 90 minutes, a couple hours, and we're going to show people what they're capable of. That because a lot of, in the industry, a lot of times we have this imposter syndrome, like, can I actually do this stuff? Am I capable, right? And to help these people in this way. And so we love giving these talks because we want to show all the health and fitness professionals, you can do this, you are capable of this, right? And so we're going to follow that up with a certification. We're going to be back in Phoenix for our core mastery certification, and that is May 2nd to 4th. And the core mastery certification, is really focused on that torso piece of the body and what's happening, like all the just the back pain that people are having, or what's going on with their hips or their maybe core dysfunction, and helping get that back. So we're going to be doing that certification May 2nd to 4th after we do the conference down there. And the response has been great, just with word of mouth so
Good.
far. It's already half full, so that's fantastic, and I'm sure more will come with that. To tag on to what you just talked about with the healthcare systems and all this thing, we have to look at our bodies like a car engine. If you were a mechanic, right, and you were working on a car, you'd want to have all the tools, right? So you don't want to have just limited tools. You want to have as many tools as possible, because you're going to need different tools for different jobs. And that's the same with our bodies, right? So there are times where we need a prescription, that it's important that we have that prescription, right? And so if it's the right tool for the job at that point, and there's times where we need surgery and we need to have that surgery, there's a right time for that tool. Our philosophy is don't cut what you can untie, though, right? So that means when it comes to the time to do that, yes, but let's try these non-invasive avenues first. Let's try exercise first. Let's try the natural ways first and see the kind of things we can do. So the key is just having as many tools as we can. So when somebody has a problem with their body vehicle, we have all the different tools. So each person needs to have a doctor that they trust. They need to have a naturopath that they trust, a nutrition person that they trust, a physical therapist or a chiro or a massage therapist that they trust, a personal trainer that they trust that has these skills. All these people work together collaboratively to keep the car running and running in good form. But when possible, we want to use the least invasive methods to fix the car. Right. So we're not going to
we don't want to
replace
get to that point of like having to have surgery if possible, or, so that's why taking care of our bodies and our minds along the way. I love what you said about that whole community of, the massage therapist, the personal trainer. Like, it takes a village to take care of our dang bodies, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You're not going to replace the engine if we can just do an oil change. Right.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's really the big key. And so, we started with personal trainers. Like I said, we are personal trainers. We teach this to personal trainers, but we've had now fitness instructors come out. We have physical therapists and physiotherapists and chiropractors and massage therapists come out to our courses, because they also want to know more about exercise, because they're understanding that it's a really powerful weapon. And when we come down to Fitness Fest, first of all, we're going to have a lot of fun. So I don't know if you guys like to have fun. I'm assuming you do, but in our sessions, we like to have fun. And so we're going to make it super interactive. We're going to get people's hands on each other. We're going to do some assessments together. We're going to do some exercises together.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a really, really interactive, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Great. And you're having a booth there too, right? So people can talk to during the whole weekend. So let me tell everyone what you on Friday we have a roundtable session. We have 11 different tables and topics, and everyone from Fitness Fest, all the attendees are going to be there. It's called Forced Family Fun because we have nothing opposing it. And you yourself, Jeff, are going to be your title. So there's different topics and different bullet points. And it's a 15-minute, and they go from table to table. So your topic is the secrets to pain-free training, and the highlights are understand the functional fitness pyramid and learn how having the right tools unleashes your potential, and learn how functional assessments can help you create the wow factor with clients. So that's your topic and your bullet points for the roundtable on Friday morning. And then on Saturday, April 5th, Brendan Fox is the keys to unlock shoulder pain. And that's a biggie for sure. And like you said, people are going to get their hands on each other. Okay, that entices us, right? We love interactive stuff, and as trainers, and so, and then in that same afternoon, so that's in the morning. In the same afternoon, Beyond Lower Cross Syndrome, a comprehensive approach to hip assessments with Brendan Fox. So that is, hips, shoulders, all that. So that you can read these descriptions at fitnessfest.org/FF25. If you go there and you go to sessions, there's a bunch of tabs on the left for those of you who are not already signed up. There's several tabs on the left, including, book your stay and presenter bios and all that. So you go to sessions, and then you look at Friday, and you go down, there's like 6 things going on at once. So that's where you find all the titles for everything, and then you click on them, you can see the descriptions, because I think that's really important. And by the way, you and Brendan have a code ETA, for Exercise Therapy Association 20, to save $20, whether you do the full weekend, or if you just are overwhelmed with time and you just want to go to a couple of your sessions. That coupon code for $20 off applies to a single session. So we don't always sell single sessions, but we are at this event. The event is April 3rd. April 3rd is pre-conference day. And then April 4th through the 6th, where you'll be having those sessions we just talked about, and like 50 other different sessions, and our keynote, and our fun factor for sure. We have expo demos, and just all sorts of fun and excitement and learning and growing and connecting. You cannot get this connection. I mean, I love the Zoom Square thing, and we can online stuff, we can reach more people worldwide, but in person, you can't. The connections that people get out of it, and the things they're going to learn from you, and all the other speakers, are just the face-to-face, and the touching and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you can join us, everybody, at fitnessfest.org. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. Let's see what else I wanted to say. Just real briefly, because I don't know if we actually talked about it, and we put it in the title, so I don't anyone walk away with not getting what they want. But the difference between exercise therapy and physical therapy, or do you feel we already touched it? Topic out.
Again, it was just, there's a little bit of a gap there between what we used to do as personal trainers 20 years ago, which was focus on biceps and abs and stuff like that. And then a physical therapist is doing, the hands-on treatment in the clinic, where they're using the TENS machines and the ultrasound. And then there's that kind of area in between. And so that's what exercise therapy is right smack dab in the middle, helping people with aches and pains, but through the power of exercise, right?
Yeah.
Because we feel that exercise is one of the most powerful weapons we have to change people. And that's the big difference there.
Yeah, I love it. And there's a reason that Exercise Therapy Association has gone viral worldwide, because this is where it's at. Longevity and common sense methods. And you guys are going to show the trainers and instructors at Fitness Fest what's that all about. And hopefully they'll sign up also for your certification, and they'll learn more when they talk to you at the booth or at your sessions. So and then Whitney just put your website in the chat. We'll share it also when we stream it all over to Facebook. And then your ETA 20, and our website, fitnessfest.org/FF25. And they can save money. If anyone ever has any questions, we just love to talk to people. We love to email people. We even love to talk to people on the phone. I know that's a unique concept for a lot of people. What do you mean, talk on the phone? But we love it because we love what we do. And I can tell you love what you do, and you're passionate about what you do. So I look forward to seeing you again in just 5 or 6 weeks. I don't even want to say it's that close, but we're ready, and we're going to be ready, and we're going to have a good time. Let's see let me see my notes. I think we covered it, Jeff. Look at us, 30 minutes. We're trying to keep it 30 minutes. And you guys, appreciate you hopping on, whether you're live or recorded, because we're all very busy. But this is important stuff. So we do try to keep it at 30 minutes. Any questions or comments? Any questions for Jeff? You can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. before we bid farewell for anybody? All right. Okay, I am going to stop recording. Doesn't look like there's any questions. Just checking real quick. All right, a lot of thank yous though.
Yeah, well, I
Yes.
appreciate the people showing up, and we're real excited when we come down to Fitness Fest. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're going to get hands-on, we're going to do assessments, we're going to do exercises, and like you said, even chatting with people on the trade show floor,
Yeah.
on the expo floor is amazing. That's where me and you met, and we had a great
Yeah.
conversation.
Right.
And I made so many friends at these conferences that I'm still in
Yes.
contact with afterwards. So
Right.
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, long-lasting colleagues, friends, and relationships and opportunities. I mean, when, in-person conferences, like we met each other and you're coming, it's like, whoa. And then you were in Tucson for your certification. And where are you going to be for your certification on May 2nd? What venue are you?
I think we're at the same place that
I
you're
thought,
at the Ability 360.
I thought
And
so.
so it's going to
Yeah.
be very easy for people to find.
That's right. Ability 360, which is in Phoenix. It's right near the airport because I know some of you are from out of state. We got some cold Chicago people here. Yeah. So really close to the airport. Our host hotel still has rooms, good rate. We've got a booking link for that. Question from Roxanne. How can this be taken into the aqua environment? Jeff, you and I are going to have to create a workshop on that because aqua, that's my format.
There
Do
you
you have an
go.
answer for
Yeah.
Roxanne?
Well,
I
it's just about adapting the exercises. So what we teach is we're going to teach recipes of exercises, right, for different issues that people face. So let's say somebody's got a rotator cuff for their problem for their shoulder, or they've got a knee injury. It's about taking the theme of the exercises and now modifying them for that aqua environment exercise. So it might not be the exact same exercise, but we're going to do an exercise that does the same thing, right? If we're trying to tighten up the supraspinatus, then we're going to do a supraspinatus exercise in the pool, right? So it can all be adapted. It's just about being creative, but we want to just take the theme of what we're trying to do in the recipe and adapt the exercise to the environment that the client exercises.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it can be definitely, you know, not the word's not switched, but acclimated to that, Roxanne. Are you coming, Roxanne? Because we can probably get a little bit more concrete when you're there in Jeff's workshop.
Yeah, for sure. And you can come and chat with us at the booth. We're always happy
Yeah,
to talk to people at the booth on how they can adapt it to their own environment.
yeah, because there's a lot of specifics there.
Hi, Janice.
So yeah.
Janice. Oh, this is Roxanne. I
Hi,
would love to
Roxanne.
come. Hi, Jeff. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I would love to come, but I am going to be having knee surgery in April.
Ah,
So I'm
well,
going.
you can exercise therapy yourself right into the pool, right?
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk, maybe we can figure something out, more concrete things, but I think Jeff kind of gave a general idea of that. Good luck with your knee surgery. And I'm
Thank
sorry
you
you
so
can't make it. So, but good luck with all that. And thanks for reaching out with that question.
much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jeff, so much. Appreciate it. Great chat. I thought that was really valuable. I'm going to stop recording and say goodbye.